So welcome back, friends. We are getting very close to the end of the Common Man's Toolkit. One of you guys is going to win this kit that I have put countless hours into. You know, this is a dangerous part of a project right here when you're coming to the finish line, and there's always this strong desire to cut corners and just get it done. And I was trying to figure out an easy way to do the drill bits, and then I thought about it. I'm like, no, I'm going to find the most difficult way to do the drill bits that I can, and I think that I think I've found, not the most difficult, but certainly the most time consuming, but I'm super pleased with the outcome. So let me bring you in here close and show you, and we'll finish up the bits together. So this is what I came up with, and I'll tell you what, man, this was a lot of work. Time consuming. This is actually a piece of wood. This is a nice piece of clear fir. This is one of the very first pieces that I ever cut off of our off-grid homestead. If those of you who have read our book, Modern Homesteading, Rediscovering the American Dream, check your local library. A lot of libraries have them. Well, remember the first milling projects I did, and there's a few pieces I had left over, and this is one of them, so I chose it for that reason. And it worked out really good. So what I've done, what I was trying to do is I was trying to get all the bits on the end. And it wasn't enough. And I thought, well, I could cut a little corner, and of course I don't have the 1 inch and the 1/4 inch. But I thought, if this was mine, I would not be happy if I did find a 1 inch bit and I had no place to put it. So I'm thinking of the future. So this will be the spot for the 1 inch there. So I'm starting with the 15/16, 7/8, 13/16, 3/4. Is that the 3/4? Did I mix these up? What is that? What is this? What's going on here? I had this perfect. There we go. No? Oh man, what have I done? I had these all in here. They dropped in perfectly. Oh, okay, there we go. And then we got the 5/8. That scared me a little bit. So there's half of it. So now what we need to do is the other half, which I've got right here, which is the sister piece to this. I cut off here, and I've got the layout all done. So you can see right there, it took quite a bit of figuring to get this so that they all worked out evenly there, but I'm real happy with the results. And each one has its own size, so it fits in there securely. It's easy to get, and we're going to continue that here. So we've got this one here. Here's the for the small. So this will go from 9/16 all the way down to the 1/4, which we'll be missing. But when you find one, you'll be able to put it in there. You'll have a full set, and that will be really nice. All 16 bits. That is very nice. Okay, so we've got the top. So all this stuff is made to fit very tight. So this will go in here, and now the rest of our bits will go here. Our 9, and all of these dimensions, everything is all symmetrical. So we have this reveal here is the same as this, and just so it looks nice, and then our saws fit in there. I just think it's going to be fabulous, and you can see those will sit in there, right there. So they'll be a little bit lower. This is the set. So, man, I'm excited. I'd like to have this for myself. I want to talk about that a little bit, about how this toolbox, its intent has completely changed for me. So let's talk about the philosophy of life and the philosophy of the box. So originally when we set out, I was picturing this as more kind of a traditional toolbox, the one we've always grown up with, and nothing more than that. But the more that I think about it, and the more I relying upon my experience in my shop and in life, the older that I get, the more I start to understand the importance of bringing order into our lives, whether that be having your finances in order, having your home in order, making your bed, keeping your car clean, maintaining your equipment, keeping an organized tool set and shop brings peace to your life. And I'm a firm believer of that. I have lived in chaos so much of my life, and I was physically able, mentally able to at the last moment make up for bad planning, make up for bad organization, and I'm tired of doing that. So I'm kind of bringing all of that whole life experience into this as I'm designing this and laying this out. And to me, what this is become, and what I would want, would be something that would hold my tools in an organized way that I could easily work out of. And when I was thinking about this, that these tools, you know, we've really whittled it down to the things that are really essential. We've got our pencils, we've got our chisels, we've got our drill bits, our measuring, our layout things. These are the things that I always need. These are the most important things. And to have them all in one space in a organized type of a tote here that you can access them from your bench is really a neat thing. The more I think about this, the more I think that I'm going to build one of these for myself that will sit right here just like this with all my common things. You know, I don't know for sure, but I really like this. So when I'm laying everything out for you guys, I am thinking about ease of use. What would I want to do? What's going to be efficient use of space and time? And that's kind of where we're going with this. But yeah, all right. Well, let's get going on the drill bits, and we'll get this finished up and on to the next part. So welcome back. So a little bit of a fast forward. So last time the last clip, we were talking a little bit about the philosophy of the box, and then I came back in the wood shop last night, and I finished I put the bottom on and glued everything up. So I didn't do any video of that because it's a little bit tedious, but I'll show you what we did. And you know, maybe I should take these heavy clamps off first, off the edge here, so I don't lose the box. And then we'll load everything up, and then we're going to do the last little the cubby for the planer, for the little Stanley planer, and then we're going to have to put our heads together and sort out what's going to be the best handle for this. That's kind of been the thorniest issue on this box the whole time is the handle, and I think it's kind of the reason why is, what is it? What is it? Is it a toolbox, or is it a tool organizer, or what is the thing? So let's I'll bring you up here and show you what I did. So nothing too elaborate here. We just simply 1.5 inch torque screws, and everything was glued and clamped, so it should be super secure. So we've got lots of screws in there. That just is the way that I did it there. Seemed to make sense. So I've got left a little like an 1/8 inch reveal around here. That is, we'll clean that up with the plane, but that's pretty close right there. And then of course everything here is all glued in. So we've got our chisels, we got our saw stop, we've got all of the dividers in and the holders for the back of the saw. We've got a little bit of glue going on there, but it should be all dried, and I'll scrape that off now. But I do have some very good news to share with you. So the good news is this: I found a 1-inch bit. So we're only missing one now. We have the full set of, well, we've got 15 of the 16, we're only missing the 1/4 inch. So that's always a hard one to find, and in good condition too there. So lucked out there. It just dawned on me, you may be asking, well, what happened here? Did I miss something? I didn't video building this. I built this yesterday. Well, I kind of built the most of it on the live chat. So if you didn't see that, just a quick recap is that this is what I came up with for the bit storage. And these were all made out of a pretty special piece of Doug fir. So all this is, the box is the same species. It's Oregon Douglas fir. And this was a piece that was one of the very first pieces that I milled with my chainsaw mill on the off-grid property. So I found a little piece of it that I'd been saving for something special. And so that's kind of cool. So you can see here, we'll put these in. So that's the 1 inch, and then we've got the 15. And these should fit. I was very careful. As careful as I could be in here, that they fit tight. Not tight, but snugly, so they don't move around too much. But they, no, that one's maybe a bit too tight. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's fine. Okay. So they don't move around too much, and I think that works out really good there. So the smaller ones, the short shanks, go up here. It took a little. I'm not the best with math. It was I don't know. It was just not a gift that I enjoy doing it, but it seems it's hard. I forget it so easy. It was a little bit of math, laying all this out and getting so everything came out properly. And then of course, well, let me come here close. I'll show you. So here you can see a little bit better. So all of these, this distance and this distance and the thickness and everything is, I tried to make it symmetric, equal to, to give it a nice look. So, but it just turned out great. I'm going to make one of these for myself to hold bits. I like them a lot. This is really nice to have them here where you can just grab them and use them and not have to open up a case. It saves a lot of time when you're working. So and of course right there we've got the holder there for the backs of the saws. Those will go in here. And then the last thing that we need to do, well, of course, from the finishes is going to be to, we got to figure out where we're going to put our planer. But let me back you out here so we can get a whole perspective. So I have to admit, this is going to be a little hard for me to give up. Hopefully I can find the time to make one myself. I would love to have one of these on the bench that I could put my things in as well. Okay, so there was a lot of hand-wringing about the pencil holder, and that once the pencil got too short, we would lose it forever. We'd never see it again. And that it would fall down in the hole and be lost to us forever. Well, you know what? I mean, you can, here, fixed. How's that? One of the final things we want to do is we want to make a little home for the plane. We don't want the plane moving about, right? We want it held kind of securely. And always I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going to happen in the future. And chances are you're not going to stick with this plane. That if you do get into woodworking, that you're going to want to upgrade. That's the first thing you're going to want to upgrade. This is the weakest point of the kit, in my opinion. So when we build this, I'm going to fit it for a larger plane that will fit like a Stanley number 4. Here's a Stanley number 4 bench plane, the new one that you can buy, the reproduction. Let's fit it for this. That way, this will still fit in. It'll wobble around a little bit, but at least when you do get your nice plane, and I think that this should fit like a Lee Nielsen too, if you want to get something like that. If not, I'm not going to glue it down. We'll just use some nice finished screws, and you can move that, so you're not going to mess anything up. So let me rip some stiles for that, and then we'll go ahead and get that secured. So fortunately, I saved a little piece that we cut off from the original box there. And when I'm doing projects, you always want to keep these little things when you're using the nice wood, because they come in handy. And look how much trouble it's going to save us from cutting this all by hand. So we'll clean this up really quick with the plane before we cut it to length, so it's all even. And then we'll use that as kind of a little divider system. So this little piece is pretty good. It's got a few, I can see the saw marks in it where we cut it there. So we'll just hit that real quick. And just clean that up. This will go a long ways into just kind of keeping the plane secure from getting damaged. We'll hit this right here too. It's set a little bit deep there, but it seems to be cutting really well. All right. So to measure, we'll get our stiles measured. We'll use our combination square. You can take your combination square apart, and you can use that in tight areas like this to get something. We're going to be generous here, so we're not, if there's any fluctuations in the size of the handle or anything, so we don't give ourselves a little bit more room there. So we'll take that up to 11. So we'll say 10 and 7/8. Actually, let's make it 11. Just give ourselves, it's nice to have options, just give ourselves a little extra room, just in case. All right. Some folks asked me on yesterday's live broadcast which of the two saws was my favorite, and I tell you that my favorite is the little back saw. I haven't used, it's the only saw I've used since I've been working on the project. Look at that. That is a magnificent saw. All right, that looks good in there. So we know that the sole is true on the file or the plane, so we can use that as a guide. And then this one here is going to be 3. Let's see, we'll go 3 1/8. Just listen to that beauty cut. It gives me the fizz, this saw does. Fabulous. See how we fit here. And that is good. You know what? I changed my mind. I am going to glue it. I've been generous. This is a pretty good sized plane. And I think whatever you end up with, which is, you're going to want a number 4, that it will fit in there. I'll just use just a little bit of glue on there. If there is a problem, you need to move it. You should be able to grab it with a pair of pliers. And well, I put the glue. I glued the wrong side there. If you haven't worked with good quality glue like Titebond, when you do take stuff apart that's been glued, the glue is stronger than the wood. And I'm just going to match that reveal, that gap between the plane and the divider. I can see that, and then I'll press the glue down. Okay, I think the glue should be set up. I just weighted everything with some of the heavier things I have around here. All right, that's going to be nice. And as we can see here, so this is designed, you would be working from the box this side. You'd come in right here with the handle and load just like this. So it is going to be a little bit big, but I do think that it's probably the best call. Yeah, that looks great. It won't be long now. We should be announcing the winner soon. I'm just waiting on, well, actually only one person. Carl, my subscriber Carl, can't use his last name, is sending a really nice rabbit plane. Stanley rabbit plane, and I think when I saw the picture, it was in its original box. I mean, it's really, really, really nice. That was very generous of you, Carl. Thank you. So there were some other things some people mentioned. I haven't heard back from anyone, so I'm just, that's the only thing I know for sure. So there will be a rabbit plane in the box. What else was there? There's something that I wanted to talk about. I really enjoyed this series. I really enjoyed building the box, and I'm excited. I'm super excited for whoever's going to win it, and we'll get that shipped out to them. And who knows? Maybe they can make a video. It'd be fun to see a video response if they like it, or what they built with it. That would be fun. Not required, but it would be kind of nice. So I was going to include, this video is up, where are we at, 18 minutes now, 17 and a half minutes, a response to why I don't use Patreon. And I was going to attach it to this video, but it went a little bit long. And I wanted to address that because so many people are asking me that question, why I'm not doing it. And I explained why, and I'm going to upload that in a separate video titled Why I Don't Use Patreon, or something like that. So if you were wondering about that and wanted to know why, I answered everyone at once, so I'll throw that up here as well. All right, well, thanks for watching. Please put in your, what was I going to say? Click the thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, all of the normal things. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.